Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Tea. I'm your girl, Alex Shipman, and joining me is my wonderful co-host, Mr. Courtney Revolution. What's going on, Courtney?
Hey, Alex. Good morning, everyone. I am Courtney Revolution. I'm hanging in there, girl. I'm ready to get into this tea. There's a lot going on today. I am excited, y'all. So sip that coffee and get zhuzhed up because we've got the goods for you today, girl.
We got a lot. We not only have one gift, but we have two gifts for you. Of course, I know all the Swifties are here, so you know that Miss Taylor Swift gifted us a new album at midnight, Evermore, which is going to be the sister album to Folklore. We're going to get to that for our OMT story of the day. But not only do we have a new album from Taylor, we also have a very special guest on the show today from HBO Max's 12 Dates of Christmas. Corey Lay will be on later in the show, so make sure you stick around for that because, Courtney, I binge watched all 6 episodes last night just to prepare for today. I'm obsessed. I love Corey and how vulnerable he is on the show, but we'll get to him in a second. I'm so excited to have him on today.
Alex, I'm so excited to have Corey on today. I have a confession. I am one episode behind. Alex, I couldn't keep my eyes open because, I'm slow. Like, you remember how long it took me to get through The Undoing? I literally was like, I really need to catch up on 12 Days of Christmas. I need to catch up on it. And then I was like, well, the interview's tomorrow. Let me get some time together. And I got through right up until episode 5. Y'all, if you have not seen this show yet, watch the interview with Corey today. You're going to fall in love with him. There's no, I don't have any fear about that. And then go right to your HBO Max and get into that. Yes.
So the best part about it is the show is the gift that keeps on giving because not only are there 6 episodes, but there's actually 8. 2 more come out today. So after you fall in love with Corey on the show, you can go watch 8 episodes. It's just amazing. I'm so excited for that. But let me tell you, not only do we have a great interview, we have a lot to talk about on the show today. We're talking about Ellen's fall from grace, which of course we've reported about Ellen on the show for a while. I know yesterday we were kind of discussing the fact that the show's still going strong to an extent, but we'll tell you about that, a new update. Plus, Nikki Tutorials is giving her fans another update on her robbery case. So this was some scary stuff, but we have a great update coming from her. Also, Jessica Simpson is signing with Amazon. We are getting Jessica Simpson on the little screen, and I cannot wait. We also have the return of iCarly. Get the iCarly fans, let us know in the chat how excited you are for this return because I know we have been awaiting this. Well, we have a new update. And then which of your favorite stars made it to Forbes 100 most powerful women in the world list? This is pretty great. Then Megan Thee Stallion is also headlining a new TikTok trend. I love my TikTok, and Megan Thee Stallion is the latest trend. So you have to stick around for that. We'll tell you about it. And then My Chemical Romance is coming out with a makeup line. This is pretty cool, Courtney. A little surprising, but also great. We'll tell you about it. And then, as I mentioned earlier, our OMT story of the day, the major music news, not even 5 months after Taylor Swift's Folklore debut, we're getting another album. We'll tell you all about it. So make sure you stick around for that later on in the show. Courtney, this is a thick Thursday. Are you ready?
Alex, you know I am ready for the thick Thursday.
All right, pour up that hot water and let's get to spilling this tea because there is so much to talk about. I can't even wait to begin. What are you sipping on today? Are we doing English breakfast, Courtney?
It's not an English breakfast. Now, Alex, I have a friend that used to live in Japan, and now he lives in England. So he sent me, I actually just received it last night. some Yorkshire. I used to think it was Yorkshire, but it's Yorkshire tea. It's a black tea. It's real good and don't come with no string. So y'all gonna see me doing a lot of this. But cheers.
Are you being extra bougie because Corey's on the show today, Courtney?
You know what? Maybe I just wanted to celebrate. So I got my specialty out today.
Yorkshire tea. All right. Well, if you're new here, we kick it off with You Missed It, and these are all the stories you may have missed overnight. But don't worry, Courtney and I handle all the trending tea for you. And first up, we're talking about Ellen DeGeneres. So she may be in bigger trouble than it seems. So sources have revealed to Page Six and BuzzFeed News that the talk show host has been losing advertisers, struggling to book A-list guests, and has seen a very steep decline in ratings. So a lot of this could be played off by the coronavirus pandemic affecting millions of viewers, but it is hard to forget about the show's, personal drama that occurred over the summer. So because of all that, one publicist admitted to Page Six this, quote, "I wouldn't set up anyone on her show right now to do anything that could possibly cause them more negative headlines. You have to tread so carefully with your clients and your clients' reputations. So you don't want to put your client in any line of fire, sympathizing with someone that any community or anyone would feel bad about. We're not going to line anyone with Ellen." So that's a pretty powerful statement. But some sources close to the talk show have said that they have a fully booked slate of upcoming episodes, but it is hard to not take what this publicist said seriously. While most talk shows have taken a hit due to the pandemic, of course, Ellen's show has taken a much steeper decline in ratings at 37% compared to the average of 19%. So Courtney and T-Tribe, what do you think this news means for the future of Ellen?
This is very interesting news. We've been following Ellen for a minute, ever since this sort of scandal has bubbled up and come to the surface. And hey, you got to do good to receive good, Alex. It's unfortunate that, this is happening to her brand, her platform, but you got to do right by people, Alex. I get that, she's about promoting the niceness and stuff like that. Well, you really have to lead with it. Will she still be kind without all of the A-listers and the sponsors and the money and stuff like that? Very curious to find out. Are you guys, T-Tribe, are you guys watching the Ellen show? Are your family still watching the Ellen show? Let us know, because I'm actually kind of curious as well.
Yeah, we have spoke about some of the guests on her show, and the show is still happening, and that's the craziest part, because it wasn't canceled. It's continuing on, and that was something that we spoke about yesterday. Like, wow, it has kind of really survived this scandal, which is not how the climate of 2020 has really been kind of doing. So it's interesting to kind of learn a little bit more insight that, well, they are losing advertisers. They are struggling to book A-list guests. I think that this is really when Ellen's personal relationships will come into play. Like the Justin Biebers, the people that have been close to her, have really kind of owed their career and kind of her platform to making them famous. This is when those people are going to come in, don't you think?
Yeah, and to be honest, remember yesterday when I was saying, I think there was a moment where I was like, why is Chance the Rapper on Ellen? And then I had to quickly think about it. Chance, Justin, Ellen. So like you said, the personal connections are definitely going to come into play. So girl, you might have to give that Rolodex a quick spin, sis, and try to get your good gals up on your platform. Hey.
All right. Well, let's move on to another update about makeup YouTuber Nikki Tutorials, who gave fans an update on her robbery case in a new video posted earlier this week. So in the video, Nikki talks about the latest news regarding the incident in which she and her fiance were robbed at gunpoint in their home 4 months ago. Nikki revealed to her fans, quote, "It feels really weird to be able to talk about this finally, but here it goes. Today I got the news from the Dutch police that arrests were made in the case of my home robbery back in August. That was one of the most scary, traumatizing things to ever happen in my life." She continued by saying that the detectives on the case have been in close contact and that they have been pleased with the police's response to the event, which is all good news. Nikki closes out saying that while she and her fiance are happy with the progress on the case, she won't be sharing any more details about the robbery moving forward. Then, of course, she goes on to the rest of the video with a makeup tutorial, of course. So, Courtney and T-Tribe, what do you make of this update in Nikki's case? Are you excited to hear that, they're actually attending to it now?
This is good news, Alex. I like Nikki Tutorial a lot. And for those of you guys that may be unfamiliar with her, she's a beauty guru, but she's very unproblematic. It's very rare that you hear Nikki Tutorials like in some sort of scandal or anything. So to hear that something so traumatic has happened to her is sad, but I am really glad that there's an update, there's been an arrest made, and she can kind of move forward, because I could not imagine being present during a home robbery. Like, I had my home burglarized, but I was at a Taylor Swift concert, thankfully and luckily. So yeah, I didn't tell you that story, Alex, how my house got robbed and my parents, real quick, because I know we have Corey. My parents didn't want me to go to this Taylor Swift concert. She was doing like Good Morning America, or like, it was during the Red album. It was like one of those morning concerts in New York City, and I live in Pennsylvania. I told my parents I was skipping college because I was going to see my girl Tay. To see her, and at the time that I would have been getting ready for class, two guys with shotguns broke into my house, and my dad was the only one home, and he chased them out of the house. Girl, my house was on the news and everything. They're arrested, they're in jail, it's fine. It was years ago, but scary and traumatic stuff. I was afraid to sleep for a while, so I couldn't imagine what it would be like to be home.
I can't even imagine. That is very terrifying to hear that happened to your home. And but like you said, to actually be present during that is just terrifying. And unfortunately, a lot of celebrities right now during the pandemic are having this trouble. I know Tom Brady and Giselle just had their house robbed. A lot of celebrities are, and just people in general, are finding themselves dealing with this because people are desperate right now. And it's tough, but it doesn't mean you should break the law. No. But happy to hear that Nikki is, that this is being taken care of and that she's in a better place. But speaking of being in a better place, Miss Jessica Simpson is making some power moves with her latest deal. The singer, actress, fashion mogul, and author announced that she has signed a multimedia rights deal with Amazon, with 2 TV projects and a publishing aspect included. The Amazon project appears to be in conjunction with Jessica's best-selling memoir, Open Book. Jessica released a statement announcing the partnership, saying, quote, "From our first meeting, I had a visceral connection to every member of this team. I know that parts of my life have been extraordinary, but I also know that many of my struggles are universal. I hope to continue the mission I set out to accomplish in writing Open Book, to inspire others to be entertained, moved, and empowered, to walk through fear and come out on the other side even stronger." Now, the unscripted show will feature previously unseen footage of Jessica's life over the past decade and track the ups and downs of her career, including her struggles with sobriety. The scripted program will be inspired by Open Book more directly, following Jessica's life after her divorce from Nick Lachey. Juicy. What do you think of this news from Jessica Simpson, Courtney, and T-Tribe? And are you going to tune in to the Prime shows?
Listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm excited for Miss Jessica Simpson. My mom really likes her shoes a lot, so I might support her in this. I feel like this is a bigger deal than I initially felt hearing about the news. Alex, so Jessica Simpson has been around a while, and I think that there are a lot of layers to her story besides the music. The music is just like a small part about it. And when she was talking about like the universal, like her struggles are universal, I definitely am interested in seeing how Jessica Simpson tackled divorce, how she tackled alcoholism. And I think she's a good person to be a voice for that. I'm excited. Come on, Jason.
Yeah, I'm a little biased because a little fun fact for you, Courtney. So Newlyweds, their reality show, as we know, was kind of the first relationship reality show that we saw play out on TV. And so the house that was in Newlyweds was in my community in Calabasas, where I grew up. They were never home, But I would trick or treat and I would go up to the house. The lights were always off. It was like never a fun experience. I didn't see them at all. But I always felt connected to that relationship. I know they have both moved on and are very happy in other marriages and have children, all of that. And I wish the best for them. But like part of me is just like invested in that relationship. So to watch it on these shows is exciting for me. And of course, you know, just being a fan of Jessica as a child, I just want to learn more about her life, the good and the bad, because it's part of life. So I'm very, very excited.
Random Alex, and feel free to disagree. You would be an excellent storytime YouTuber because I know you got some good stories behind the Calabasas Gates, girl. I know you would be an excellent. Like I feel like I could press play, and y'all know how I say I do my laundry. I would do my laundry and listen to an Alex Schiffman story time. Y'all know what I mean when I say that, right? When you listen to Alex tell a story from her life, you'd be like, girl, what else happened? Did Jessica really open the door, girl? What kind of candy she got in the bucket? And even though you're saying like, oh, they wasn't even home, I'm still like, but they was in the community, sis. Hey,
Courtney, that is a huge compliment coming from you. I do love to tell stories. And when I reminisce, I do have some cool stories under my belt that I would always love to share. So that's something I'll think about. But thank you. Thank you for that. It's the reason why I got into entertainment news and just journalism in general, because I love learning about other people's lives but telling, you know, my own life as well. So enough about us. Let's move on to some other exciting news. iCarly is coming back. So let us know in the chat who's excited. The hit Nickelodeon comedy iCarly is coming back, announced yesterday. The revival will feature none other than Miranda Cosgrove reprising her role as Carly Shay. More members of the cast that will be returning are Jerry Traynor as Spencer Shay and Nathan Kress as Freddie Benson. The new show will be returning via the Paramount Plus streaming services. Are you excited for the new iCarly, Courtney, and T-Tribe? Did you grow up watching the show? Were you a fan?
I'm going to tell you right now, Alex. Now, it was about 24 hours ago that I sat right in my beautiful lime green chair and I said, Miranda Cosgrove, you need to get in the studio and give us an EP. Y'all remember that? If you were here yesterday, y'all know I just said that. Hours after that, she said, Courtney, shut up, and signed that paper for iCarly. And I'm very excited. iCarly was one of the last shows I watched on Nickelodeon, like, religiously. It was basically like Drake and Josh, iCarly, and then Sam and Cat, and I was out of there. But I'm excited for this. I've been waiting for Miranda Cosgrove to work again, but I know that something is amiss because Jeanette McCurdy, for those of y'all that watched iCarly that played Sam, she's not part of the project thus far. So I wonder what's going on there. She did say that she's bringing back her podcast, but we want Sam Puckett. So what you doing, Jeanette McCurdy? I need it. So I'm excited. I'm going to watch it. I didn't know Paramount had an app.
They do have an app. There's some other good stuff on it, but that is a very good point. This same article also reported that they saw, you know, Miranda and Jeanette at Coachella together a few years back. So it makes me think that they still have a decent relationship, but who knows? Maybe there's something we don't know, or Jeanette has moved on and doesn't, you know, necessarily want to go back. Who knows?
Alex, you know they wasn't trying to pay Jeanette when she was on the show with Ariana. They was paying Ariana more, and it was both of them sharing the show, and that's why Jeanette walked away. So maybe they wasn't trying to give her the same amount as Miranda. Just speculation, not confirmation, because I love both of them. But what if it's that? Paramount said, we're not paying you, Jeanette.
Yeah, well, the chat is saying that they are excited. Mr. Makeshift is saying, yes, we needed this. Chelsea is saying, I wasn't into iCarly, but my daughter loves that show. Miss Mika is saying, I can't wait for it. I was a fan. Tamara is saying, I wasn't a fan of iCarly, but that's okay. Maybe you'll be a new fan of the revival. Tiny Media says, oh my God, I'm crying. So we have a lot of excited fans in the chat. So we'll look forward to that. And while we're waiting for the revival, we do have an announcement from Forbes about the 100 most powerful women in the world right now. We noticed some familiar names pop up. Speaking of the selections, Forbes wrote, quote, they hail from 30 countries and were born across 4 generations. They are 10 heads of state, 38 CEOs, and 5 entertainers among them. But where they differ in age, nationality, and job description, they are united in the ways that they have been using their platforms to address the unique challenges of 2020. I absolutely love that statement from Forbes. I don't know. I just got chills reading that because it just says so much in such a quick, blurb. Our most notable women on the list included Rihanna, Beyonce, and Taylor Swift. At number 69, though the list is in no particular order, I might add, is Rihanna. Forbes wrote that she is, quote, one of the most publicly charitable celebrities who has donated upwards of $8 million to coronavirus relief efforts. Yeah, Riri, get it. Number 72 is Beyonce, because what list of powerful women is complete without her? Queen Bey was elected for her highly successful On the Run 2 stadium tour with Jay-Z, her homecoming Netflix special, contributions to the Lion King remake, and her Ivy Park partnership with Adidas. Now, finally, at 82 is Taylor Swift. Taylor was highlighted for using, quote, her fame to encourage political action, asking fans to support the Equality Act with her 2019 single, We Need to Calm Down. Courtney and T-Tribe, what do you think of the selections? Tell me.
I was proud of the selections. I feel like they were curated really well. I wanted to ask you, Alex, and the T-Tribe, if you're a woman, what's like one of your most powerful moments as a woman where you were like, I did that and I don't need no man?
Ooh.
Like you put a cabinet together, girl. Did you set up? Did you? Yeah, like what was a moment where you were like, I did that?
Maybe when I graduated USC, because right now I'm on the spot, but just kind of like, I did that by myself, of course. And getting an education is important. I don't know. There's so many things
hard, Alex.
Yeah.
That's powerful. Not many people have a mind that's educated like that.
Not many people have a mind. And we pay them no mind. But someone we do pay mind to is Megan Thee Stallion, who is going viral on TikTok right now. After dropping her debut album, Good News, a few weeks back, she already has one of her songs turning into a meme on TikTok. Girls in the Hood is being used as a track on a new TikTok trend that highlights women doing ordinary things. The funny video starts with the TikToker on the phone telling someone they're too busy doing hot girl shit. The video then cuts to the punchline of the TikToker doing something ordinary like playing video games or, just doing whatever. This trend seems to be taking off on TikTok, putting Megan Thee Stallion back into position as the internet queen. Courtney, have you seen any of these TikToks and have you made one yourself?
Girl, have I seen? I actually uploaded my TikTok before the article was even written, before it was even a thing, Alex. You know I'd be ahead of the curve, darling. No, I love the trend. Literally, and you know what that was, Alex? That was literally watching Real Housewives of Atlanta. That was actually my TikTok. Was me like, Real Housewives of Atlanta, eating munchies, my life. But I love the fact that Megan Thee Stallion is so good at getting the internet to pay attention to her. It feels like sometimes she doesn't even have to try. She can just put out a music video and then you open up TikTok and it's a viral trend. Like this song has been out for a minute and just that small part inspires an entire trend. I'm here for it. I love Megan Thee Stallion. Giddy up.
I am reading the chat and all your information about, the most powerful and proud thing you have done in your life is really inspiring. Speaking of inspiring, Courtney. So
I love that. We'll shout out to the moms.
Yes. And while you're doing that, let's get to the last story because Corey Lay has arrived, T-Tribe, and we want to get him on the show. So quickly, we want to tell you first about My Chemical Romance, who is releasing a new line of makeup, partnering up with the cosmetics brand Hip Dot. The emo punk band My Chemical Romance is coming out with a makeup line inspired by their iconic album 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, just in time for the holidays. The makeup line includes a double brush, a double-ended eyeliner, and an eyeshadow palette in very My Chemical Romance colors. Each item in the collection will be between $12 and $24, so it doesn't break the bank either. Courtney, are you going to pick up a palette? And what do you think of this kind of brand move for a band like My Chemical Romance?
I want to say shout out to My Chemical Romance because every once in a while, Alex, a piece of news comes across our desk and it's like, we just have to, there's something in my heart that's like selfish news. We got to talk about it. And this is one of those stories. I went through a very heavy pop punk emo phase as a teenager. Shout out to MySpace and The Angles, and My Chemical Romance is one of my favorite bands. So I'm very excited for this. I actually missed getting tickets to their big reunion tour because I actually was doing this. So I really will probably get this because I feel like for all of the money and time that they lost because they're not going on tour to my knowledge right now because of the pandemic, I do want to support them. This is one of my favorite albums ever. So I'm like, I'm excited. I might get it. Bring it back.
I'm excited because T-Tribe, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time I've really seen a rock band in general start a makeup line, but also a group of males. Guyliner is a huge part of the rock genre. So to kind of bring that to life is super cool. I love this news. And Suzanne in the chat is agreeing with you that her 13-year-old self is very happy about this news, Courtney. So I feel like, those emo days, it's all coming back to you right now with this new announcement, right?
Don't get me started, girl. I will run to Spencer's and buy another stud belt with all the different colors, girl. I got some Converse in the closet, girl. My skinny jeans, I have a bunch of pairs and I got my black tee on. Girl, I've been waiting for this my whole life. I promise you that.
I love it. All right. Well, this is not the only gift we received today because joining us right now from HBO Max's 12 Dates of Christmas, T-Tribe, please welcome Mr. Corey Lay. Hey, Corey.
Hello. So happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
We are so excited to have you. Corey, I just binge watched the entire season as of today. So the 6 episodes.
Okay.
Loved it. Absolutely loved the show. Loved who you are and how vulnerable you are, and you just stand for what you believe in and what you want. And so I am so excited to have you on the show today. Courtney, I know that you've known Corey before the show.
Yeah. I literally met Corey almost a year ago, this month. So how weird is that almost a full year, here we are, you've done this program, we're all obsessed with you because now, well, even more so, you're a legend and an icon. And I just can't wait to get down into this experience, darling. Alex, you want to go first?
Let's talk about it.
Let's kick it off. So, T-Tribe, for those that haven't seen it, Corey, why don't you tell us a little bit about 12 Dates of Christmas and kind of why it's different than other reality shows or dating reality shows?
Yeah. So 12 Dates of Christmas is kind of like a romantic comedy come to life. We're whisked away in this Austrian castle, snow, mountains, skiing, all that kind of stuff. And the goal is to bring someone home to your family for the holidays. And it's different because it is really kind of top tier. It's about making connections. I don't think there's anything they did to set us up for failure. They really set us up for success. Every date was romantic. Every person was beautiful. Everyone was nice. I don't think that the drama that happened was because we wanted to make connections and maybe it wasn't happening how we wanted it to. But it was such a good experience. You guys should totally watch it.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's one that you need to binge, y'all. I'm telling you, you need to get your meal and get into that. Mm-hmm. Now, Corey, I have a question. Did you ever dream of or imagine yourself looking for love on television in a castle?
So in a castle, I would say no, but I would if you would have told me when I was younger, hey, you're going to be on a dating show, I'd be like, oh yeah, that sounds like me. I love taking crazy risks. I love love. I love TV. And when the opportunity came up, I just kind of jumped at it. There was zero hesitation.
I love that. And what was your reaction when you found out that the show was taping in Austria, of all places?
I was so excited because I'm from Southern California. I'm a beach guy. I have never really been to Europe except for London. And I was like, This is brand new, out of my comfort zone, which is probably what I need to make a connection and find love. So it made it even 1000% more exciting for me.
Yes.
I was literally gagged when I found out that it was in Austria. I was like, what? Okay, come on, Snowland. I want to ask you, Corey, on a scale of 1 to 10, with like 10 being insanely difficult and 1 being like, oh, this is easy peasy lemon squeezy, how difficult was it for you to sort of battle another for the affection of one guy?
Yeah, so I will say it was very difficult, like maybe an 8 or a 9 for me. I give myself to everything. Every relationship I have, on day 1, I show up. I am Corey. I'm here for you. Can we make this work? And in real life, that's kind of like a one-on-one situation. And here, someone new shows up and I'm like, oh crap, I have to fight for this guy's time now. But also my heart is already out there. So what do I do? And admittedly, I don't think I handled it the best. You know, I have my emotional roller coaster moments. But at the end of the day, it's all me. What you see is what you get. I'm emotional, I'm vulnerable, and I really have no regrets about the whole thing, despite me being a little crazy.
Yeah, one thing that's great about this show, T-Tribe, if you haven't watched it yet, is that people just arrive in the middle of your date. Like another contestant arrives and you just have to go and just let it happen. And, you know, like you said, it's an emotional roller coaster, kind of having your date interrupted and having to just exit, right?
Yeah, and I did my own crashing of dates. I'm not going to spoil anything too much, but I had a moment where I really wanted to talk to someone, and someone else, he was on a date with another guy, and I was like, you know what? Let me just shoot my shot, and it was really fun.
That's great. Now, this show is all about bringing someone home for the holidays. Now, Corey, if you could bring a celebrity home for the holidays, what celebrity would you choose and why?
Oh, this is easy. Mariah Carey. Every single song that woman has written is the soundtrack to my life. Every single song, she gets me. I feel like she'd drink wine with my mom. We would just kiki by the fire. And especially for the holidays, she is the queen of Christmas. So 100% Mariah Carey.
Love it.
Now, Corey, this is a once in a lifetime experience, right? What about probably your favorite moment, you would say?
You know, I think my favorite moment was just, you know, I had a little bit of anxiety before I stepped into the room to meet Garrett for the first time. And that first moment of me stepping in and then just saying to myself, go for it. I'm never going to forget that moment, because I realized that this is a crazy once in a lifetime opportunity. I cannot hold myself back. And I just let myself let go. And I think that is just something that I need to keep with me for other things I do in life, is don't hold myself back. When I'm in the moment, just go and give it my all.
I love it. Now I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, Corey. If you could describe your love life in a Christmas Carol, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, wait, do I have to sing the Christmas Carol?
You don't have to sing, but we would appreciate it if you did, but I won't judge you if you don't.
Okay, I mean, I already sang on the show. We had a big like karaoke moment. So I don't know if this is a carol, but like Last Christmas by Wham is literally like the definition of my dating life. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, and the very next day, you gave it away. That is me. That is my life. My dating life sucks.
Oh, I love that so much. That was a perfect answer. Thank you, Corey.
I was all about those vocals. Corey, okay, now this is your moment. I need you to sell yourself to the T-Tribe right now. T-Tribe, you listening? Now, Corey, what do you hope that the viewers get from your experience on the show? Like, why should people watch 12 Dates of Christmas? Because I can't tell the whole earth, although I would love to.
Yeah, I would say watch 12 Dates of Christmas if you want to kind of be encouraged that love can happen. I think there are really strong connections that happen from an initial spark on the show. It didn't necessarily go that way for me, but love is real. Love is out there. You can make it from just an initial glance across the room. And I think this show proves that. And also, if you want to see a little bit of craziness with Corey Lay being a little extreme in my dramatics. But yeah, no, it's all about love. And I think this is like one of the best reality shows about making connections and falling in love.
I agree. I mean, it's also has like a holiday vibe to it. So even if you're not necessarily, into reality dating, you get a lot of holiday cheer, right?
Oh my God, yes. There are, so this castle had, I don't know, 500 Christmas trees throughout it. There were Christmas lights, there were snowmen, we went skiing, we had snowball fights. So if you really just want to see like literally a romantic comedy movie about the holidays, like this is it. But then it's also real people being a little bit dramatic. So it's a little bit of both.
Now, Corey, when you're not competing on TV for love, because that's your new job, we also know that you're a personal trainer. So as a personal trainer, how do you find the motivation to kind of work out at home during this quarantine?
Yeah, so honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it has been hard. It has been a very long quarantine. I had about a month where I was just like, I have no motivation. And then I realized that it's way easier to stay in shape than to get in shape. And any little bit I can do every day is worth it. So sometimes I don't want to do a full hour workout, but getting maybe 10 to 15 minutes of a good thing in, that's really all that you need. Go for a walk every day and just do the little things that kind of make you happy, and you'll be very thankful for it in the long run. You don't need to go to a gym. You don't have to do 1,000 push-ups. Just move, stand up, don't sit on your couch all day, and it's going to do like wonders.
Love it.
Get up and move that body, yaddy, yaddy. Now, Corey, listen, you gotta move it. You gotta get it like the TikToks get it. Now, Corey, because you are on such a fantastic holiday moment of a program, what's next for you? And do you have a Christmas wish? Tell us. We nosy.
Tell us.
So what's next for me is I am still looking for love. So, I don't know where I'm going to find that. I'm very open. I believe in it now more than ever. I am single into the holidays once again for the 30th year of my life. So I'm still on the hope for love. I'm also working on my personal training careers and tech careers. And I think my one Christmas wish to everyone, including myself, is just to always be yourself, always show up, and allow yourself to be vulnerable. It's courageous and it's a strength, and don't ever lose that.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Corey. Well, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us.
Thank
T
you.
Tribe, make sure you catch Corey on HBO Max's 12 Dates of Christmas. The next 2 episodes come out today. Couldn't be more excited. Gonna watch them after the show. And thanks again, Corey. Hope you find
Awesome.
love.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
That was so fun.
So fun. And really, it's a really fun, lighthearted show. And I think you really see a side of people kind of like, oh, I will note, it is from the creators of Love is Blind. So if you liked Love is Blind, you really get that kind of raw,
it makes so much sense,
reality show that you don't necessarily get from some of the famous ones. Like, these are real people with real feelings.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, T Tribe, if you're feeling like I'm like BSing y'all on the show just because Corey was just here and y'all know that I don't like The Bachelor, I promise I'm not BSing y'all. I really do enjoy the show. It's not too long. It's not boring. All of the cast, they're all really good, real kind of people. And Corey is fun AF. Like, y'all need to really take the time, get yourself a little candy cane, swirl it around the hot chocolate girl if mint and chocolate is your thing, and get into that because you're really going to enjoy yourself. I promise y'all that.
Yeah. You know what's fun about this show, too, is there's 3 people competing for love. So there is a straight man, a gay man, and then a girl. They're all competing for love. So you're not just watching one kind of bachelor or bachelorette. So that is what's exciting, too.
I thoroughly enjoy it, y'all. And I know y'all will, too. I ain't going to lead y'all astray. Okay?
All right. T-Tribe. Before we get into our own tea story of the day, I see Brandy shouting out Miss Mika in the chat. So let's do a little 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tea ya. And we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go, go, go Mika. Happy Thursday to Mika. And I hope you guys enjoyed the interview.
Yes, so much fun having people on the show and learning about some great content to binge, because you know we love all that. So let's get into our OMT story of the day, because we got a surprise this morning that we didn't even know we needed. I guess we did know we needed, but we did not know was coming. Like, I don't even know if I'm ready for it. Were you ready for this news, Courtney?
Are you ready for it? No, I was not. No, I was not. I was not ready for the news, but I was very, very, you saw how I did that, right? I wasn't ready for the news. I need the news. My wig. Here's the thing with my wig, you guys. Normally, she sits just like this, right? And she's very normal. She's calm, cool, collected. When I checked my notifications this morning, and y'all know I normally have everything turned off, so I have to go onto my social media to see what's going on. My wig literally moved off of my scalp. She literally just glided off of my head because I was in shock, Alex. I literally was in shock. I was expecting like re-recording album #1, like Taylor's self-titled re-recording, get into her. And it was literally like, no, just kidding. Evermore, the sister album, the Tamara to the Tia, is officially coming this evening. And I'm very ready. It is, girl. That's the sister album, girl. That's the Ashley to the Mary Kate, girl.
So Taylor Swift may have just saved 2020. You know, announced this morning that she's releasing another new album titled Evermore tonight at midnight. Posting to her Instagram, she said that the album is supposed to be a sister to this summer's folklore. So she said in her post, quote, "I'm elated to tell you that my 9th studio album and folklore sister record will be out tonight at midnight Eastern. It's called Evermore. To put it plainly, we just couldn't stop writing songs. To try and put it more poetically, it feels like we were standing on the edge of the folklorian woods and had a choice to turn and go back or travel further into the forest of this music. We chose to wander deeper in." Loved that. Taylor also released the track list to the new album with 15 new songs and 2 bonus songs coming in the release. So we are getting 17 songs, everybody. On top of all this good news is the announcement that Taylor has a new music video similar to the folklore release coming out tonight as well for her new song, Willow. So posting another shot to her Instagram, Taylor is seen in none other than a wedding dress, I'm pretty sure. Many fans are speculating as to whether this may be another of Taylor's infamous Easter eggs, hinting that she and Joe Alwyn have already tied the knot. Okay, it's a lot to process, I know, Courtney and T-Tribe and all the Swifties that are here. What do you think of this new music from Taylor and all the rest of the news that she has blessed us with?
Alex, her foot is on my neck. Like, I don't know how else to describe how I feel. Like, her foot is on my neck. Like, right when I went to take the gasp of air after the folklore Long Pond moment, I said, huh. She said, "Nope, sister is here." And I'm very, 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 very excited. I feel like although Taylor had the option to sort of switch eras, she didn't. We're staying with this sound. We're staying with this aesthetic. I'm sure it'll probably be more alternative indie pop country. And I accept it and I'm here for it. And people are all going to stream it, whether you're the one singular person that's like, I'm not going to stream it. Millions of other people will, so it's fine. And it will be #1. And we're all going to celebrate Taylor going into the new year. Can't wait. Are we going to get 4 extra editions of this album? I need that.
Yeah, you know, I think that 2 things. I think that it's very obvious that folklore and kind of the whole writing process behind it really, really affected Taylor in a positive way. Like, she was inspired to create and write, and she just couldn't stop, as she said. So we know that Folklore made a huge impact on her. So it doesn't necessarily, even though I was very much surprised, it doesn't, when I reflect, it doesn't surprise me that she just had to keep going, because it was like the project that kept on giving. Every day we reported on the show of different kind of updates into her inspiration behind the album, and we kept getting more and more. So this makes sense. Now, I also want to talk. Yes, Courtney?
I was just going to say, do you think that Joe arranged some of that music on Evermore? Because we just found out that he was playing the piano during Long Pond. I wonder. Who are some of these other, because you know Taylor always got some secret collaborators or some sort of secret Easter eggs with the album. I wonder, will we get a vocal from Joe? Ooh. Will we get like some background vocals, like something that she wouldn't have to write, like featuring whoever, just a background, like a ooh. Can we get a ooh from Joe maybe? An all-win ooh? Yeah, just some cute oohs, girl. Yeah, a little ooh. Like just like how Taylor did the this is what you came for, the like you know how she just did that part? We need Joe to do just that in the background. Yes. Give him his coin, Taylor.
Wait, Courtney, I have a brilliant idea. So the song, the music video releasing tonight is Willow. So maybe we're gonna get an oh, oh, oh from Joe, and not an ooh, 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 but an oh, oh, oh. What do you think about the wedding dress?
I was thinking that the wedding dress was rather curious. I said, I don't see Taylor, if she were to get married, I don't see her doing like a big fantastical dress. I see her as a very kind of like, this was my great granny's dress from 1960, whatever. And it's just very simple. She, you know, a little cute flower crown moment. And, you know, she holds some daisies and kissed Joe, and now she's married. My eyes definitely were like, what's going on here? She's given us a lot this year for someone going through a lot.
She has given us a lot. And, again, wouldn't surprise me if she pulled something off like that. Like, hey, by the way, this is my wedding song. Here's me in a wedding dress. But it is interesting because I know the fans were speculating about her hair going back to like the Red days. But we saw the braid, and that kind of happened in Folklore. So maybe this hair was just to kind of reiterate there's more music coming, you know?
Maybe, Alex. You know what I'm sitting here thinking about? I'm wondering how many sister albums Taylor has in the vault. I feel like every single Taylor Swift album has this, because obviously she has to like cut songs to make sure that the album is cohesive and it sounds right. I wonder how many, like if all of the other albums have like a sister album, like Taylor Swift self-titled, and then there's like Allison Swift, and it's like other country hits, something like that. What does that sound like? Like, girl, give us part 2 of Reputation 2 when you're ready to retire, girl, when you turn like 60. Give us that, because I'll still be ready to twerk. I'm not even kidding. Girl, get that boom back in the studio.
What's interesting, too, is that, of course, we know Taylor is currently re-recording her albums. Now, do you think that this drop was to kind of take some attention away from that whole process so she could really kind of focus on it when she needs to? Like, do you think that maybe she was like, okay, I'm re-recording this, but like, let me get into that project without so much attention on it? Because that's when she created both of these, you know?
I'm thinking that probably, Alex, you're probably right. I feel like before this, we were all like, we can't wait for the re-recordings. We're so thirsty for recordings. This Hulu ad that literally plays every single time Survivor goes on commercial, because that's what I used to go to sleep now is Survivor. So every single time Survivor goes on commercial, I am awoken beautifully by Love Story and The Devil in 2020. So she knew that we were all be like, the re-recordings are coming, we're so excited. And she said, just kidding. Let me flip over my trap card. Here's the sister album instead. That really was a curveball she threw us. We should have been expecting that. Or rather, we should have been expecting this album. The interview, we just talked about the interview she did. Taylor Swift don't do no interviews unless something is coming. Like,
we knew. You know what else we need to talk about? Well, one of the songs on the track list is named Champagne Dreams. And I don't know if that couldn't be more appropriate for our Shambong Friday, but the song and the album will be released tonight at midnight, just in time for Shambong Friday. How do you feel about that, Courtney?
Listen, Taylor, you should have called me. Could have made sure somehow we set up to get you a Shambong out to wherever you are, because it should have been Shambong Dreams. That way it would have been really on brand, and we could have really been going off tomorrow. Either way, Alex, I am ready. I wanted Taylor, to be honest and transparent, I wanted Taylor to leave the woods. I wanted her to jump off the cliff like Pocahontas right back into the factory and give us Reputation 2.5. I need it still. Right. However, I know that it might not be the time for that. Right now, I think Taylor is concerned about giving people something in such a year of loss, you know, because so many people have lost family members, friends. We've lost some of our favorite celebrities. I didn't even get into Wendy Williams' mother passing away recently. So much loss this year. And for those of us that really do connect with Taylor and really do have a love for the songwriting, she's sort of giving us something. And, you know, she's going through stuff too. Her mom's sick too. So I'm and appreciative.
Yeah, that's a really good point. She also said that, you know, her music is for people that are going through tough times. And she said, if you're a person that listens to music to help you through that, which I am definitely one of those people, I'm sure you are as well, Courtney, like, this is beautiful that she's also giving this to everyone. What do you think about the name, Evermore? Is that like forevermore?
Evermore. Folklore. Evermore. It's almost like the story will go on. It will live on forever, both the fiction and the nonfiction, because we don't really know what's what. You know what I mean? So it's just all about. She's another one that's a really, really good storyteller. So it's almost kind of like, well, Taylor, how we didn't get Folklore after Speak Now is very interesting to me, because Speak Now was almost kind of like that story kind of album. And then Taylor said, no, girl, we're going to New York. No, that was Red. She said, girl, we're going into the woods, but not all the way. We're going just to the edge to crunch the leaves underneath our red boots. But this one, girl, Taylor sprinted into the forest and she said, don't look for me. Don't call the police, because we're creating stories here. And to think, one of the top albums of the year, I feel like when I get accolades, I want to rest and relax. Like, I need like 6 months so that y'all could really, you know, let it sink in about how good I did. Taylor said, just kidding. I'm actually going to give y'all the other half. And then I could be the best album of 2021. Like, you know what I mean? She is foot on our next season.
It's crazy that she did this in less than 5 months. She released 2 albums. I mean, making history left and right, saving 2020. Taylor Swift is just amazing. I'm interested, because it is a sister album, do you think it's going to have like the same exact sound and vibe as Folklore? Do we think there's going to be anything different?
Here's the thing. I want it to be the sunnier side of Folklore. I want it to be the pop sister of Folklore. But it might not be. But it might. She could have gave us Folklore for the accolades and put out Evermore for the Shake It girls. That's what I want, girl. Can Evermore please be for the Shake It girls, Taylor? If it's not, either way, I'm going to enjoy it. But I'm like, I really want like a 1989 kind of moment. Give us like at least 122 on there so I could really, hey, now she gave us Invisible String on Folklore so I could get my life. That's the one you get in the car, girl, and you hit the curves as you're going to West Hollywood from the Valley, girl. You hit them curves. I think it's like Mulholland, girl. You go around the curves and you have Invisible String playing, girl, as you overlook all of Los Angeles, girl. That's the song you put on. We need one of those on the album. So Taylor, I know you did good work. Congratulations in advance. And when you're not busy and bored, please drop the sister album to Reputation. Thank you. and the sister album to 1989, 1990. Thank you.
1990. Thank you. And Joe Alwyn's Oh.
Yeah, give us some Joe ad libs as well. Thank you. The Dolphin Club, have them on the album playing some instruments. Thank you.
Oh my God, amazing. All right. Well, on that note, unfortunately, we could talk about Taylor all day, but that is the end of the morning tea today. But don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow with champagne and champagne dreams and all of our, updates and reviews on Taylor's album. Of course, we are so excited to head into the weekend with this. But if you're new here to the show, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share your thoughts in the comments below. If you're an after sipper, we'd love to read them. And Courtney, if they want more of you after the show, where can they find you?
If you want more of me after the tea, you can find and follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for that Megan Thee Stallion moment. And I have my own individual YouTube channel, which I may or may not be uploading because Taylor Swift is releasing music. So please subscribe. And where can they find you, Shiftman?
You can find me on all social media platforms at Alex Schiffman. Thanks again to Corey Lay for joining us. Make sure you check out 12 Dates of Christmas on HBO Max, of course, after the show, because don't worry, it won't disappoint. And on that note, Courtney, let's wash this tea off our hands, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Alrighty, we'll see you tomorrow for Shambong Friday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. Wash your hands. Scrub your hands.